All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Duren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. And I'm so excited to share this one with you because it's one that at least I need to make sure that I keep working on. And that word is humility. That's a little hard to read on that slide, isn't it? So I'll have to work on that. But so let's read the description first, and then we'll have a brief discussion. So humility is being modest, humble, and unpretentious. We consider others' views and needs as important as our own. We willingly serve others and accept help when we need it. When we cause hurt, we have the humility to admit it and make amends. We accept the lessons life brings, knowing that mistakes are often our best teachers. Humility is not humiliation. We do not shame ourselves or others with the illusion that we are meant to be perfect. We give our very best and trust that it is enough. Humility reminds us to be thankful for our success rather than boastful. So what a great word. And I've been through that in my life, in my different careers that I've had. So for those that don't know me, I've had 3 careers, and this is going to be my last one, I'm pretty sure, where I'm sharing with others the virtues and how to bring out the best in themselves and in their children. But humility is one of those things that I know that whenever you think that you've made it, or you've accomplished something great, there's always a moment when something happens that brings you back down to reality, right? Where, you're reminded that you're human, and so I think this word humility is important, especially from the viewpoint of the word that we had yesterday, which I believe was humanity. And when we think about humility and humanity, it's much easier for us to recognize the goodness and the good in other people if we have a little humility, because we're not setting ourselves up as being better than or greater than others. And so as I look at this word today, our willingness to serve others and our willingness to view others as important as our own views is what humility is really all about. It's not, it's not putting other people down or trying to raise ourselves up above other people, but in fact it's a demonstration that we recognize that we're not perfect, that we do make mistakes, that we can learn from those mistakes, and so can others. And I think this is just a huge lesson for us all. And when I think about this word in regard to parenting and helping our children to develop this, I think one of the very first things that we have to remember is that if we say and do things that bring shame to our kids, where they feel like they're not good people, that's really humiliation. And we're not teaching them anything about humility. In fact, we're teaching them that they're not good enough, right? Or that they are meant to be perfect, or that they should be perfect. So I think about this because a lot of times, at least for me, when my kids were growing up, I just had an expectation that they were going to be quote unquote good all the time. That's not going to happen. That took a while to learn. But when we appreciate that they're human too, and have the humility that we're human and that we make mistakes, and we don't put that expectation on them. So how do we teach that, though? So we teach it first off by our role modeling, but most important, I think, is being willing to admit when we've made a mistake, even to our children, and to separate bad behavior from the person, so that we're not putting the person, the child, into a place of being a bad person. They're not a bad person. They've maybe made a mistake. They maybe made some bad choices. They may have done things that were not living up to the values and the virtues of our family. but they're not bad people. They have all of the virtues inside of them already, and they're looking to be recognized for those. They're looking to learn how to choose those in a better way, and that's true for all of us. And so, when we're disciplining our children or teaching them is what discipline is really all about. It's always about and should always be about the future and not about what's happened in the past. So those things, punishment really is all about the past. Discipline is about what are we doing going forward. So it could be that there's consequences, right? Which is pretty common. So we can expect that. But when we're serving them as mentors and we're serving them as coaches, our humility will not set us personally up so high that our children believe that they have to be perfect to meet those expectations. And so admitting that we've made a mistake, admitting that we have the need to make amends, those are all things that we can do to help our children see that they are allowed to make mistakes, they're allowed to learn from them, they're allowed to grow from them. And I think that's what humility is all about. It's about, making those amends when we do make those mistakes and learning from the mistakes that we've made. So that's my thoughts today about humility. Today is Friday, so that means Saturday and Sunday we will have a written pick on Facebook, on my Facebook page profile, and then on Monday morning we'll be back with you again with a live. So thank you very much for being here today. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and let's focus on our ability to be modest and to be unpretentious and accept ourselves as the humans that we are, right? What else can we do, right? So thanks for being here, and until next time, keep practicing the 4 C's of successful families. That is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. All right, guys, until next time.